Klein Alley Show. Let's figure out what's going on in the world together. Then we get into a brand new hour of the show as we start giving you things. You want to go to the Forum, see Kreischer, want to go to the Renaissance Pleasure Fair, or perhaps 21 Pilots anywhere in the world. That's all coming up this morning right here on KROQ. Thanks for checking out the show. 562 checking in. 323, first full week listening to you guys.
Whoa.
I am in. Thank you for that. 916. We up, and a lot of people saying Vanessa's being way too modest. She's definitely Raya material. So a lot of thoughts coming through on the text line this morning.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for 880 News. Good news. My Bumble suspension ends next week.
Oh, great.
Vanessa,
Try Raya.
Find that guy.
All right, it's official. We no longer live in a 99-cent world. In the 80s, when the 99-cents only stores opened up, it was revolutionary. A dollar meant something in the 80s. But in 2024, a dollar is useless, which means 99 cents only is closing up shop. All of their 371 locations will shut down and begin winding down business operations immediately.
There's a big one right down the street from here, although I'm pretty sure it's turned into a pretty much full-on homeless encampment at this point. But if you, in the front of the store, it's all tents now. But in the back.
Oh, in the front is all tents? Wow.
I drove by this morning. It's 7, 8 tents.
Wow.
I mean, it's always tents. But then in the back side, if you pull in the back of the parking lot, I was there as recently as probably 3 months ago. And I always regret going.
Well, you always regret going when you get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
Always
as soon
regret.
as you walk in, there's something like walking into a dollar store and the first smell and sight. It's like fluorescent lighting, but it's also dim at the same time.
It's a sadness
it has a
to
weird mothball smell.
Right.
The first thing you see is the cashiers. They always look so sad to be there.
Overwhelmed and sad. It's all sadness. The line is sad. Everything's sad. But I do, you know me, I love chaos. Part of the reason I love Costco, you walk in there, it just feels like it's end of the world. It's got that end of the world energy, that kind of chaos. Everyone's just like running all over.
No one pushes a cart faster than they do at Costco.
Right, and everyone's moving and this, boom, boom, boom. And it's got kind of that same sort of a chaos. I like the unexpected, because you never know what you're going to find there. Like, it's not like they have the same stuff every time.
Well, that's why you liked to go to Bed Bath & Beyond when they were closing down,
Loved it.
because
Loved
you
the
just
rush.
loved the rush of, like, what's going to be
What
there,
will it
who's
be?
grabbing what.
Right.
And this is going to go in the same... It's going to be the same thing. They're going to sell all their merchandise. Their liquidation begins now. So they're going to be getting rid of their merchandise. And they even said, quote, certain fixtures, furnishings, and equipment.
Oh, nice.
So, I mean, this is my golden era. I pledge now, I'm going to go to as many 99-cent stores as I can. I may even get a sign to hang above my house. I'm going to load up.
You should do that.
And they listed a few reasons as to why they are going away. And
how about I don't think you need to explain, because they charge 99 cents for things, and we live in the year 2024.
No, that was one of the reasons.
Right.
And they said COVID, they said inflation, but another big reason they said was theft. And I was like, who the hell
It's funny, the last
is stealing from the 99-cent store when everybody is stealing from, like, Saks and Bloomingdale's?
The last 2 times I was there, both times, there was a guy just walked out holding a bunch of stuff, and they go, hey, that guy's stealing stuff.
And they're like, it's $5, let him go.
First time they said there's nothing we can do. The second time a security guy chased him in the parking lot. But still, even that security guy, I mean, I don't think they got the money to cover that security anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, game over.
All right, it's been a while since we've had a good airplane meltdown, and this one, I believe, was worth the wait. If you watch the video, this woman's behavior is straight out of a cartoon. She's being arrested, just for context. She is being arrested on a Spirit Airlines flight leaving Vegas before takeoff. So just putting that into perspective.
That helps.
To be at a Spirit Airlines, leaving Vegas, and you get arrested before it even takes off. I can't find why she was arrested in the first place, but you can only imagine. Then the cops show up, and they try to get her to leave, and that's when this happens.
Why are you doing that? Then let me do that. Why are you acting like I'm a rascal? This nigga's hurting my elbow. He's hurting my wrist. You're hurting me, Sheriff. You're hurting me, Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you choking? I can't breathe. Why are you touching my leg? Why are you touching my leg?
Why are you touching my leg? And if you see the video, the cops aren't really doing much of anything.
No.
So she's just like, yeah, they like literally touch her arm, and she's like, my elbow, ah!
But, it's funny because we've heard so many sounds of Spirit Airlines, and they always sound like some variation of this, just crazy screaming, etc. That they should just sell that as a soundtrack. If you want the full Spirit experience. And every once in a while you go to like a nice one of those hip, cool, like lounge sushi restaurants where they'll actually try to sell you their music on the way out. They'll be like, if you want to recreate this vibe at your house, they should sell a whole collection of all of these outbursts.
Spirit Airlines.
You could have it all.
106.7 KROQ. KROQ.
Klein, Alley Show.
Cage the Elephant, Neon Pill, KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's figure out what's going on in the world. Then we kick off a brand new hour. Immediately as we get into the 8 o'clock hour, we have a chance for you to get yourself tickets to either see Bert Kreischer telling jokes at the Forum as part of the Netflix is a Joke Festival, taking over all of Southern California in about a month. And we will also get you into the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. Then at 9 o'clock, get you on that standby boarding list to go see 21 Pilots anywhere in the world you want. Plus, you'll get tickets to see them right here at the just-announced show happening at the Intuit Dome on August 27th. So that's all coming up this morning right here on KROQ. But first,
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Oh, I just sat on my nuts.
All right, so if you are traveling to see the eclipse, you've gotten yourself set up by now with transportation, food, places to stay. You've got your various verified eclipse glasses with you. But, Jake, have you thought of this? What are you wearing for the eclipse? Because there are some articles about specific clothing you should wear in order to enhance your eclipse experience.
Oh, yeah, the Eclipse t-shirt I bought.
No? Are you familiar with the Perjinky effect?
Of course.
why don't you explain it for everyone?
Oh, that's where the colors red and green, they change colors depending on the light source. So they'll become like washed out. And Pajinki or whatever his name was a guy who came up with the theory.
I'm shocked that he got that right.
It.
That's really unbelievable. You are a nerd. Man, oh man, that's crazy.
I can't tell you, Klein, how boring this article was to read, where it was in detail explaining what Jake just said, actually much better than
So wait a minute.
CNN
Hold
did,
on.
but
one of the many things you can do during this eclipse
is
if you wear a green shirt. And
green
then
or red. So any Christmas colors, if you have a Christmas sweater or anything like that.
I thought you were going to say.
When it's a lot of light, it can look different than. So if you're looking and it's light out and then all of a sudden it's dark, if you look down at your outfit, it's going to look all crazy and weird to you. The colors.
The bukkake? What is it?
The Perkinji. I don't know his name.
Definitely not right.
But you also can't take pictures of this effect because it's about how your eyes are adjusting. Your eyes are seeing this. If you take a picture with your camera, it's not going to show the effect. So if you're experiencing the eclipse and then looking down at your clothing, you're going to see this, and it's only going to be your experience.
You know, of all the dumb things, and I know there's a lot of dumb things happening about this eclipse, the idea that people are putting on special clothing just so they can look down, because I thought you'd want to look up and see the eclipse. Now you're going to look down your T-shirt when the thing's...
Yeah, well, and you can't look down with your eclipse glasses. So you have to take them off and then look down and then put them back on and look up.
And it's only interesting for you, I guess anyone you're watching the eclipse with, because they can be like, hey, look at Jake, his shirt just switched from green to red.
Yeah, but it's the same thing where it's like, oh, your teeth look crazy in this black light.
Yeah,
you know.
It's cool.
You're shaking your head.
I'm
You're
so
sad
angry
for
about this
humanity
because it
right
seems like
now.
they're just trying every angle to make it exciting. Like, and they go, oh, where? I would have thought that you would have just dressed in dark clothing.
Did you hear the colors get darker and dark?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. See, now Jake's mocking the eclipse, and he's driving 40 hours to see the stupid thing. So,
all right, the concept of a 4-day work week has been accepted more and more over the last year. Klein, you've been a fan since the beginning, and more and more leaders are coming out and supporting it. Bernie Sanders is one of them. Now there's this new person, and this is not a ringing endorsement necessarily, but this guy Barry Diller, he's a billionaire. He's like a Succession-style media mogul. He's run Paramount and Fox and USA and Expedia and a bunch of other companies. And here's what he said about why he thinks the 4-day work week or a variation of it is inevitable.
Various of our companies, literally, I cannot keep track of it. Some is 50-50. Others are 3 and 2. Some are 1 week a month. Some are come in for sure Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's madness, which is what is going to lead to, I think, not necessarily a 4-day work week, but 4 days in the office, and Fridays you can work from home or work at your own schedule. And I think that is going to be the sensible evolution of all this.
Yes.
But it has to be standardized.
So
That's what I'm saying.
But he
Listen,
makes a great point because all these
I made the
companies are
point.
doing all these different things
I
where
know.
it's like some people
I
are
know.
saying you only have to go in 3 days a week or 2.5 days a week. And why don't we just all decide that Friday is, quote, work from home, which is code for I'm not working.
Right, and I made this point years ago, and you look at all this research. It all started after I was yapping about it and saying this is not just because I wanted it. No, Klein wants a day off. It was because that is the evolution. Our work-life balance is all out of whack.
Yeah.
3-day weekends put everyone in a better mood. There's a way to do it. Businesses
Or even just
will
not
do well.
going into the office.
Listen,
if you're going to work for like 1 hour in the morning and then you're done.
It's the future. Schools go to 6 days a week, maybe 7. Haven't figured it out yet. The rest
Maybe
of us
8 if we can make that work.
4-day work week. That's where it's at.
All right, movie theaters have done all kinds of things to lure people back, and a lot of theaters now have full bars. Sometimes they have full-on curated menus of food, and the really fancy ones, they'll have lounge chairs and servers bringing you the food. And Danny McBride, who's a very funny guy, very well-liked and respected.
Another one of my ideas. Unbelievable. I know what you're talking about.
The weed thing?
I had a whole, you don't even want to get, I was about to be a big time investor. I mean, not with my money, but with my idea in a hive-in movie theater is what it was going to be called. Like a drive-in.
So that's interesting. So he explains that alcohol and movies don't go well together.
Yeah, and
he's like, you have to pee.
It's the argument I
Why
made
am
as
I
well.
going to pound IPAs just to sit there in my seat and fall asleep?
We were looking to take over the Crest Theater in Westwood and turn it into a legitimate weed theater that played all classic stoner comedies. You could buy weed, you could smoke.
So this is just him and his friends have talked about creating. It's like a hybrid movie theater and cannabis shop,
Yeah.
and they were going to call it Green Screen.
Oh, that's a better name.
That's a better name. But he was like, weed and movies go perfectly well
You're
together,
right.
and the weed pairs nicely with all the regular movie snacks. You don't have to offer a full ass menu.
And think of all the crap movies that become way more enjoyable when you're super high.
Oh.
So you could take all those bad movies that just do terrible at a regular theater and put them on in the high theater, and they would probably do bananas.
Yeah, because it's about the whole experience.
Right.
It's not even about the movie itself at that point.
So I love it, and that will also be the evolution. And think about that. We have that
Klein
extra.
will give you $427 for
All
your
right,
idea.
you want to get involved in the Hive-In Theater?
I think so.
All right, now we're talking. We kick off a brand new hour of the show. It'll be a better hour, maybe the best hour of your life, and it starts right now.
Klein, Alley Show. The world famous KROQ. KROQ.
The second we're done with this ADD news, we will get into a brand new hour of the show, and we start that hour by getting you on the standby boarding list to see 21 Pilots in a country city of your choosing. We'll give away that trip Monday morning, so be ready to answer the phone if it rings. It could be us calling with the good news that you will be traveling internationally to see 21 Pilots. I guess you'll have to tell us where you're going because we won't know. Plus, you get tickets to see them right here. That's coming up in less than 5 minutes on KROQ. But first,
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. News you can't use.
All right, earthquakes are a fairly common occurrence in California. It's something that we're used to. In fact, I've gotten some emails about the latest earthquake preparedness quiz that we must take to stay employed in this company and stay in this
come
building.
on, really? They want us to take a quiz?
Yeah, there's a whole new crop of them. There's fire safety, earthquake safety. There's like 5 different ones that we have to take. We have to watch like 10-minute videos first.
There's no way Johnny's passing those quizzes.
Dude, I actually just took the quiz, and I think even Johnny would be able to pass without watching 1 minute of this video.
Oh, like the questions are like, what do you do if there's an earthquake? And your options like get under a desk or like run around and scream. It's like that easy.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's stuff like that. I mean, there are some that are kind of...
Johnny just held up. He said B, the second one. It's not B.
Anyway, in New York, there was just an earthquake. About an hour and a half ago it happened. Technically, I think the epicenter was in New Jersey, but it was felt throughout
That was a big one.
New York and all the way into Philadelphia. People were feeling it. And in Midtown Manhattan, obviously there's tons of traffic in Manhattan, and everyone just started honking their horns.
That's
They're just like, I don't know what to do.
pretty
just honk.
standard. There's also
But-
constant construction there. So between all the jackhammering and everything else, it just kind of just always feels like earthquakes are happening.
Yeah, but some people said they were feeling the building shake, and
man.
some of the buildings
Oof.
in that area are really old.
Very,
so
very old.
I know that we're kind of used to them, but in New York, it's like kind of a big deal. So
You know, what's
it
funny is
doesn't
that-
seem like there's any injuries to report. But 4.8 is pretty significant.
I lived in a very, very, very old building when I lived in New York.
Same.
And the way that they do it to make it sound nice, it's always interesting. They go, it's a pre-war building. And that's like, nothing sounds older.
Rustic.
Nothing sounds older than saying
Classic.
pre-war. And yet
Pre all of the wars.
They made it sound like it was like but
even
also
the American Revolution.
Before the word war was a word, this was a building. Like it's wild what they do to make it feel like it's nice when it's just old.
I know, but some people find it to be charming when really it's just like constant problems. All right, April Fool's was earlier this week, but this story has been going around because I think it's probably one of the best pranks ever pulled. And even if this is maybe staged, I kind of don't care. It's good regardless.
I don't think it's staged. I looked at the video. I find this to be authentic. Okay.
All right. So this girl put a bunch of signs on her mom's car saying, honk and flip off my mom. It's an April Fool's prank. So her mom is driving and the daughter's in the car with her recording and everyone's honking and flipping her off.
This is the mom reacting.
And this is the mom reacting to it.
That guy just gave me the goddamn finger. What did I do wrong, jerk ass? What the Christ? That's about the fourth person already. That's so weird. Jesus, God. What the hell? You didn't do a bloody thing wrong. This is the weirdest thing. That guy gave me the finger. Goof, I'll honking at him. You. How about that? How about that, goof face? Idiot. That's why people go through road rage. I'm going straight down the bloody road. Like, get lost.
Okay, it's fine. It's probably just some cranky people.
Cranky? What the hell's cranky? It's a beautiful day. What are you cranky for? Honest to gosh.
What do you even be cranky for? It's a beautiful day.
It's a great prank.
Honest to gosh.
That's a good prank.
My favorite, jerk ass. Then she said, what the Christ?
Yeah, it's good.
So funny.
What the Christ is such an underrated expression.
Good stuff.
All right, we talked earlier about what would be our dream crime to commit, and one crime that gets more and more popular every year is porch pirating. People do it all kinds of different ways. Maybe they disguise themselves as a delivery driver. Other people just walk up and take it. They don't care if they're being filmed. But this guy decided to try something new, and he decided to disguise himself as a trash bag. And if you see the pictures and video of this, it's very satisfying to see what I assume to be a grown-ass man dressed as a trash bag. So you just see a giant black trash bag and little feet walking up to the door, taking a package and then shuffling away again.
Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know if this person has been caught, so maybe it worked.
How do you know what he looks like? He was sitting under
It was just a trash bag with feet. But it's very obvious what happened.
Yeah, when I saw the story at first, I thought this is a really good idea if you, instead of leaving packages outside your front door, if they took the packages and put them in trash bags and put them by your front door, people
So
would
it's like a scavenger hunt?
No, people would just assume that you were putting your trash out. They wouldn't want to steal it. They'd be like, oh, that's bags of garbage.
Right.
So maybe Amazon, instead of putting those boxes, they just put everything in garbage bags and put it by your front door. And people are like,
we put Wesley's dirty diapers in front of, so we just wrap them in there too.
We kick off a brand new hour of the show right now by getting you onto a standby boarding list. All of your dreams, your hopes, your adventures await starting now.
Klein Alley Show.